Are you in love with football? And what about sports betting? Do you want to earn really big money from it? Experts of Betfac prepare dozens of solid and safe predictions with high odds every day, so you can win a lot and stably. Just sign up through the link in the description and punish your bookie.
Mo Salah, once again the star of the show for Liverpool tonight, where they've beaten Roma by 5 goals to 2. Let's hear from the Liverpool captain, Jordan Henderson. He's with Des Kelly.
Thank you.
Yeah, they let it slip at the end, but overall a magnificent performance at times from Liverpool against a team that perhaps helped them a little bit by their tactics.
Yeah, Roma did help them, the manager did, with the tactics, with the high line, but Liverpool blew them away. They had too much for them in every department. They couldn't control Liverpool's forward running, they couldn't control the speed and the energy, and defensively Roma were a disaster.
Although the first half an hour or so, Roma were actually in it, weren't they?
Well, they had control,
yeah.
Without really being a threat going forward. They had the shot when it went off Karius's hand and hit the crossbar with Dzeko, but besides that, yeah, they had territorial control. But from probably 25 minutes up until the last 10 minutes, it was the most one-sided semi-final I think you'll ever see.
Yeah, and it started with a bit of magic from Mo.
Yeah, it did, and I think what was great about this Liverpool performance today is that they found a weakness after them 25 or 30 minutes, and they absolutely went for the jugular with that. They continued to go in behind, running behind, because they knew that this Roma team weren't capable of defending, and this finish here is absolutely tremendous. The way he's put that in the top corner, there's no keeper on the planet. 2 keepers in that goal don't save that. Phenomenal.
It's the start of the bad defending for Roma. I mean, Mo Salah, the informed playing well football, make him move the ball, make him do something special. He only has to just touch it to the side, and then he's got the ability to do that. Yeah, get your position right, get close to him, you've got some backup, push him down the line. You actually just put it on a plate. Of course, that skill is special, but try and make it difficult for him at least.
I think when you're a defender in situations like that, leading up to a game, especially of this magnitude, you watch videos of players, and it doesn't look like any of the players, the manager obviously, but the players as well, some of them, they're not watching videos of these players, or even when they're out there, acknowledging he's left-footed, he wants to be on that side of the pitch. Show him on his weak foot, make it difficult.
How can you not know that, though? I mean, it's been so good and scored so many goals like that season. It's the same with Messi as well.
And we spoke about it before. Mentality is a key thing. Sometimes you go into a game like this, the crowd, everything plays its part. You can lose yourself in these situations. And it seemed today, a lot of Roma players, experience they had, lost themselves.
I think they got carried away beating Barcelona, and that's a great result, incredible result. But this is a different game. There's not one rule for all. You come to Liverpool, they're probably the best counter-attacking team in world football, and then you try and play that higher line, you're just asking for trouble.
It certainly was, and we saw it again with goal number 2, another Mo Salah, deft little finish this time.
Yeah, it's a clearance from Van Dijk. This touch is sensational. Then you get a little bit of stroke of luck with Firmino, but I love the double run. One for the defender, one for Salah, and he sits the goalkeeper down. The composure is unbelievable.
Yeah. I think Firmino, the weight of pass from Firmino here, his performance today was fantastic. For the number 9 to hold the ball up and bring others into play, he allows these others to play around him. The ball goes into him, it sticks, and then you've got Salah and Mane running off him, and that finish there, top draw.
I'll tell you what's equally impressive, it must have been so desperate to actually celebrate. Semi-final of the Champions League, and out of respect, obviously, for Roma, he didn't.
Fair play.
Yeah,
I like that.
Don't think I had a problem myself.
Inside, he must have been burst and then to go crazy.
He must have been. He must be very happy. And then he started creating chances as well. Great ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was brilliant again.
Yeah, it was fantastic. His delivery and passing on that right-hand side and composure for his age. But Mo Salah again waltzing in. I mean, it's a great run. It's tight for the offside. I think it's right. I think he is an offside. I think he's on the borderline there in the right way. Great ball in the space there. Perfect for him in the game. There's only one thing that's going to happen here. You think he might try and cut back on his left, he doesn't. Lays on the plate for Mane, who gets his goal with a pretty simple finish from some of the ones that he'd missed in the first half. He deserved it in the end.
Again, that run there was exactly the same as the same run he made against Man City. I mean, as I said, I keep going on the same point. Are you watching the tapes of these players? Because listen, sometimes they're that good, these players, and the execution of the pass and weight of pass is so good it takes you out of the game. But get yourselves in positions to actually nullify certain threats.
Yeah, Firmino got on the goal scoring act, a couple of assists and 2 goals himself, scored the last 2.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned Firmino before, how good he was. Trent Arnold-Alexander, that touch there, I mean, that's that's a number 10's touch, and he was like that all day today. But again, Salah shake and bakes the defender and sets it on, puts it on a plate. His feet, I mean, here, the balance here.
Collar off doing, though, he gets dragged out of position.
What's the number 5 here? He was looking for a way out of this game all game, to be honest with you, when he came up against Salah there. So square to defend him, but Firmino today, everything he done today was spot on.
Fantastic player, isn't he?
Yeah, it certainly is. And then 5.
Yeah, this comes from an unforced error from a Roma player. Sum them up, really, sum their night up. Just mistakes all over the pitch, and you know, you've got to get the first contact in the box. From a Roma point of view, you know, Firmino's not that tall, but it's a free header from 8 yards out. Great finish, and he deserved the second goal.
We thought that was it, didn't we? We thought that was it. We started to say how comfortable it is. It's almost embarrassing. In fact, it was almost the most un-Italian performance from one of their top teams that I think I've ever seen. But this gave them some hope. Poor defending.
It's poor defending from Lovren here, because I think he knows he's in trouble. He doesn't realise until too late, though. So listen, he needs to run back earlier, but he keeps running backwards. He needs to get sideways on and start running. He doesn't. Edin Dzeko's movement's good.
It's a fantastic pass, Frank. I love that pass.
The timing's great. I just think he could have made it slightly more difficult. But yes, on the positive side, the pass is great. And that's Champions League football at this level. One moment can change the aspects of the game.
Jordan Henderson thought that was a harsh decision. What do you think, Rio?
No, I think his arm's out there. I mean, you can't do much about it, but I think as a Roma player, if you don't get that, you're screaming, you're going crazy, and they got it. And this guy, Perotti, when he came on, he was fantastic. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be looking to start the next game, because he was a real breath of fresh air for this Roma team.
OK, well, Roma need to win 3-0. Can't remember the last time they did that in the second leg of the Champions League. Time for another really bad news to hear that about Oxlade-Chamberlain, and let's hope that it's not as bad as they think it is and he recovers quickly. A real blow, not just for Liverpool, of course, not just for Alex himself, but, of course, possibly England and a World Cup ahead.
Yeah, of course, and you know, he's a player in fantastic form, playing probably the best football of his career, really happy, enjoying himself, and if it is going to be a long term, be a massive blow for him. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's not.
Well, here it is. I mean, we never like to see these injuries, but it's like a knee.
I think you can tell by his reaction, Gary. He knew straight away. Yeah. He knew. Yeah, you see it.
No one likes to see that. It's
no, full-blooded challenge, which is fair enough early in a semi-final, and just completely unfortunate, really. Terrible. Just
bad luck. That's the one downside, I suppose, apart from a couple of late goals, of course, but that posing significance. But overall, terrific Liverpool performance, and Mo Salah shining against his old club.
Yeah, I mean, we've run out of words to kind of describe the way that this guy's performing this year. Did we expect it at the beginning of the season? No, but he's shown here that go away, work on your game, and when you can come back and you can go beyond what anyone would imagine. And his finishing tonight he's got to be regarded as in form-wise, one of, if not the best player on the planet at the moment in the way he's doing things. Isn't anyone on the pitch when he plays he feels can stop him. No one seems capable of being able to contain him, and he gets into positions where defenders just aren't able to cope with him, and he's been a tremendous asset to this Liverpool team, and not just with the ball, his work rate, little skills like that, but then his finishing is so clinical. He's deciding games almost on his own at times.
It's a delight to watch.
I think some players are a privilege to watch, and he was close to us, particularly in this first half down here, and balance, quick feet, the fear that he's putting into the defenders, intelligence and positions to get in goal-scoring positions. He's getting better and better.
He's in good company there. Look, Cristiano Ronaldo, 42. And Messi was there as well. And all those players have scored over 40 goals. I mean, that's come from nowhere, really. I mean, he's always been a good player. We've seen it. But he's not had those kind of numbers before.
No, he's in the form of his life. And it's difficult to compare him to your Ronaldos and Messis, because they've done it for so long and they've been consistent year in, year out. But without a shadow of a doubt, he's the best player on the planet right now.
Well, final thoughts, really, on Liverpool. I mean, it looked like being all over. It's not quite that. It's kept it interesting for us. I was going to say as neutrals, but some of us in here will be cheering on the English team.
I think they've made it a bit interesting, letting Roma back in with the couple of away goals. But I think it's important Liverpool stay positive. It was a fantastic performance, scintillating at times. And the likes of Jordan Henderson, Jürgen have got a big week. You know, they've got to get Stoke out the way, make sure there's a good result there. But really go into this game next Wednesday with everything they've got.
Where do you see Liverpool now? They're really making progress, aren't they? They seem to be getting right towards
for sure. I think they're on the cusp of something really special.
Do you think they can challenge Manchester City next season in the league of that consistency?
I think with the right couple of pieces added to the jigsaw, yeah, they do.
What are those pieces?
I think if Simon leaves, they're going to need another quality goalkeeper. I think they need another top-class defender. Keita's coming in, who'll add something in midfield. And maybe some backup for the top three if they got a big injury.
Yeah. Frank, where are Liverpool?
Agreed. No, I completely agree with what Stephen said. I think the strides made since Jurgen Klopp's been here, the way they play, the attacking players now with Van Dijk's been incredible this season, the second half of the season. So I think they're getting very close to talking about City next year. I expect them to be there or thereabouts.
Well, you know, Manchester United are above them in the league as well. Where do you see the two at the moment, Rio?
Yeah, I think they've both improved this season from the start of the season. Definitely, I think.
Are Liverpool better to watch?
Liverpool better to watch than Manchester United, yes, but the league doesn't lie. No. Manchester United are second in the league, so you'd say that they've had a better season in that respect. But Champions League football here, Liverpool have found a way to get through teams and to win games and to become a real threat in this competition. And if they get their hands on this trophy, there's not many. It's a great season.
It's not over, but they'll do it, won't they?
Yeah, I can't see it. I fancy them to score a couple of goals. They'll go there, and when you're in that change room as a defender, a midfielder, knowing that you've got them three in front of you, we remain solid, them three will win us the game.
It's sometimes hard to know how to face a game, but they had a similar one with Manchester City. That'll serve them well.
Yeah, and just seeing Roma tonight, and I think Liverpool's strengths away in Rome, they'll score and they'll go through.
You going to win it, briefly?
Yeah, I think they've got 1 foot in, but they should have 2 foot in. So they need to be professional.
Thanks very much, Rio, Frank, Stephen. Thanks very much. We're out of time. Liverpool's fabulous front three. Well, they had high fives, weren't they? But Roma's comeback has started early this time. Goodbye.